while I'm slowly heading back to my apartment, I'm not asking for your thoughts. I'm just thinking out loud in the darkness.
Hello, how are you doing? Well, we're well and truly in October now. Autumn is definitely here. It's really cold this morning when I got in the car. I've been at the hairdressers this morning and probably haven't been out super early in the morning. I'm usually kind of getting up and getting straight to work in the house. It's really chilly this morning. Couldn't believe how cold it was, and it's very, very windy. So yeah, definitely good old autumn weather setting in. So I was going to just head straight back home after the hairdressers because I've still got some autumn decorating to do, and I want to let you see that. A couple of spots still in the house that need a little bit of an autumn makeover. But I realised that the hairdressers is halfway to a couple of really good kind of homeware options, so I think I might just run over there, see if they've got anything new in, and looking ahead to the rest of the kind of year, moving into the real kind of winter time, and of course Christmas is nearly upon us. Yeah, and I'm thinking about my little kind of Christmas course that I'm going to put together, helping folk get organised for Christmas. It's been something that a few people have suggested that I do because they would love somebody just to keep them straight on what they should be doing when, so that they can be super organised for Christmas, take a lot of the stress out of it. So yeah, looking out and about for kind of ideas to get on with that. So yeah, let's take a run over and we will see what we can find and then head home and get the rest of the autumn decorating done. So great, we're here. I forgot how close this place was actually. It's really literally only a couple of miles away from the hairdressers. So we're going to pop in, grab some lunch and then get on. I'm trying to be more efficient with my tasks just now. I don't know if you find this. I tend to be very reactive. I remember something I need to do, go off and do it. I will go and get something, get home and think, I should have gone XYZ en route. That would have been a more efficient use of time. So yeah, definitely as we come to the last quarter of the year where things get so busy, I'm definitely trying to be a bit more efficient with my time. Let me know in the comments if you can relate to that as well. Yeah, efficiency, that'll be our word for the next few weeks anyway.
There's no point 'cause we both know. From here there's nowhere to...
Okay, right, if you are a Homesense shopper like me, you know that the only way to do this is to pop in regularly, especially when we're coming into a new season. Like, they're going to start getting all the kind of Christmas stuff in now. So if you see something, you need to grab it, because if you wait, it will be gone. So let's have a wee look and see what they've got today. Okay, I do not need cushions, but if you do, they've got some gorgeous ones here. These ones are actually genuine sheepskin, and I think they're, yeah, £29.99. That's pretty good. They're sheepskin on one side and then just kind of suede on the back, but yeah, they would be lovely. Nice neutral colour to go with most decor. I actually really like these as well because this texture, this stripe pattern would go very well with the kind of stripe wood that we have in our, well, both the kind of big lounge at the back and then the small snug lounge at the front. We've got elements of that, and that would tie really well with that. But I just don't need any more cushions. I've got loads of faux fur cushions, so but yeah, they are lovely. This is a nice one too. It's just got that extra bit of texture on it. When you're shopping for decor, trying to find things with a bit of texture is good too. This one, it's kind of like, it's almost like a giraffe print. Not the giraffe colours, but when you think about the kind of giraffe print, it's a bit like that, if you know what I mean. So they've still got a few pumpkins here, which I did not expect to see into October. So if you need one, grab it now. I'm always on the lookout for coffee table books, and this is a great place to find them because they can be quite pricey, but these are usually pretty well priced. So yeah, £12.99, that's great for that one.
Someone said your heart is golden. All I got was my heart broken. I can see the dawn is coming just for you, for you, for you.
And if you're just not sure what to buy when you're buying decor, if you're just never sure what to look for, something like this is great because there's so much going for it. It's got texture, it's got the ribs, it's completely clear, so it's going to go with any decor colour. You can put a candle in it, you can put twinkle lights in it, but because it's got the pattern on it, it's going to slightly mask what's inside, so you're not going to get a clear picture of it. So if it's not the best candle or whatever, you're not going to see all the gubbins. And they've got lots of different sizes. So we've got this big size here. Then you've got this kind of medium size. So things always look good when you put them together in different sizes and heights. So you could do that. And then if we swing round here, you've also got this little short stubby one. Slightly narrower rib, but yeah, something like a set of 3. So that would be a good option for you if you're just never sure what to buy. These would also be really great as table decor. So if you're having some folk for dinner, you could put these down the middle of your table. Again, a little bit of a mix and match. Yeah, that'd be a great deal. If you love your neutral decor, then these plates would be just lovely come Christmas time, sitting out maybe on an island unit. I do love these mugs as well. Here's another little tip with these things coming into the shops now. I mean, I do love a Christmas mug. Love a Christmas mug. This one here is really speaking to me. But Christmas mugs can really only be out for about 6 weeks a month. So if you can look for something like this, which I'd argue is just more of a kind of winter pattern, then you can have that going right through sort of end of February into spring. So you'll just get more for your money, a bit more longevity. So yeah, look for something that's more winter than something that's more obviously Christmas, and you'll definitely get more for your money. So plenty of cosy throw options still available here in Homesense, and I know that I've said it so many times, but I think it's always worth repeating. If you are looking to create a cosy vibe in your home this autumn winter, and you can't do it with colour because your colour palette just won't work with some of the more autumnal shades, then just do it with texture. So pick something that goes with your colour palette and just go for a cosy texture. I mean, even just looking at this type of thing just brings out those kind of cosy feels. This one's kind of a variation on the pom-pom edge. It's got a fringed edge and a kind of creamy fawn. So that would work with a lot of colour palettes. These would be a really good option as well if you're hosting and you wanted to pop little tea lights down the centre of your table or just dot them around. A pretty good value and a nice autumnal colour, a nice warm cosy colour. So I've just picked up the tea lights, didn't actually find anything else in here that I wanted, but I really think that you can do home decor on any budget at all. So of course I'll have a little browse in Primark, and I will shop at the top end as well. Just depends what you're looking for, really. Oh, windy out there. Excuse me. It's windy out there. So that was great. Got a few bits and pieces. It's kind of later on in the afternoon now, so probably won't get the rest of the decorating done this afternoon. The couple of bits that I still need to do, one is the kind of front sort of entrance hall, and the lighting is not great there later on in the day, so it won't be easy to film it in there. So I'll probably wait and just do that tomorrow morning. Trying to be efficient and think, right, anything else I need to pick up while I am here. Did pick up a couple of extra meals, so that was good. I'm getting there. So yeah, just trying to think if there's anything else I can check off my list while I'm here. There are 2 ways that I can go home from here, and at this time of night just trying to decide on which is the best one. Yeah, they're probably both going to be busy, but we'll see. Okay, homeward bound. Okay, so back home now, candles are on, oven's on for dinner. Just wanted to share a couple of things with you that I picked up today, hopefully for some inspiration. So the first thing that I did pick up was this set a table book. I just thought it was nice to kind of flick through, and there's some inspiration there for just setting the table, film night, dinner for 2. I think there's some kind of brunch ones in there as well. Yeah, and I think this would make a nice little gift for somebody as well, you know, maybe like a little hostess gift if you're going to friends for dinner, as long as you explained that you were not insinuating that they didn't know how to set a table. But yeah, maybe that with some dinner candles or something would be quite a nice little gift, or a nice little stocking filler at Christmas. So I did pick up this set a table book. I also picked up this book, Habitat. It's called Habitat, The Field Guide to Decorating by Lauren Lease. Again, in Homesense, just great for kind of coffee table books, or I just think that decor books are nice for decorating with, and you can have different ones for different times of the year. But yeah, I'm determined this autumn winter season to curl up with a book more than just automatically put the TV on. Don't get me wrong, there's nothing about box sets, love a bit of Netflix, but there's nothing nicer than getting the fire on, getting the candles on, and curling up either with a good fiction or just flicking through something like this for some inspiration. The next one that I did pick up was, I think I looked at this one in store, which is the Abigail Ahern Everything Maximalist Style Guide. Now, maximalism we can kind of go into maybe in another video, but I'm definitely a maximalist rather than a minimalist. And maximalism basically is, it just gives you permission to have stuff. And the idea is that as long as your stuff is curated well and pulled together well and works together in a kind of cohesive design, there's absolutely nothing wrong with having stuff. And the third coffee table book that I picked up was this one, A Home to Share by Leslie Saita. And it says, design that welcome family and friends from the creator of my 100-year-old home. So I'll enjoy having a good flick through that one as well. I think this one is definitely American. There's a lot of like American styling, American homes that I recognise. Just the difference between that and kind of British design. So I'll definitely enjoy having a good flick through that one. So those were the books that I picked up in Homesense. I also picked up just this little pack of napkins. I quite like just having them on the kitchen counter if we're having a pizza or something like that. Just grab a quick napkin. So some nice kind of autumnal designed ones there. And they were $2.49, so that was Homesense as well. And then I also picked up, so these we looked at in store, and I did pick a few of them up, and I'll pop some candles in them and let you see them. So I think I got 2 of this style, there's another ribbed one in there, and I have to tell you, I was served by the loveliest young man, oh, I feel so old. He was struggling a bit, wondering how to wrap these, and one of his colleagues helped him out, and then he made a terrible job of it. And so I hope I didn't overstep the mark, but I said to him, let me just show you the best way to do it, and then you'll know it for next time. I can't help myself teaching, but he was lovely, and he said that he'd worked there for 3 weeks. And he wasn't sure what he wanted to do, so he had decided not to go to college or university yet, but he was just so lovely, and yeah, you could tell that he had not been in the job for very long, but he did a great job. So I didn't catch his name, but I'll look out for him the next time I'm in. So I had picked up these 2, and then I also picked up 2 of this style as well, which has got the slightly different pattern, but they kind of coordinate quite well there. And then I also picked up, so I got two of that style as well. So that's the 2 there. And then I also picked up, just to kind of coordinate with them as well, there were 2 sizes of this one. So that's got the kind of ribbed pattern on it as well. And I got that one, and then I got this one as well. So I think the little ones were $4.99. This size, so I got 2 different sizes. So this size was $5.99, and I think this was $6.99. Oh, it is there. Yep, $6.99 I think for that one. But I thought things usually work in odd numbers or threes. 3s or 5s, odd numbers. So I thought maybe that, and then maybe one of these together in a little 3 would work. But also just a collection, so that maybe if I'm having people for dinner and I want to do a kind of collection down the table, and it's a sort of kind of dark blue grey colour, and the decor in this room is the walls are very, very dark grey. The walls through in the main kind of kitchen dining area are white, so it's quite nice to pull the dark grey colour from here through into the other room. Kind of just pulls everything together. So yeah, I thought that would work quite well. So yeah, so that was what I picked up today. I also picked up a cozy winter coat, which I might let you have a look at. I'm always a bit, Fashion isn't really what I'm doing here. I'm sharing mostly homeware, but it is all about the season, and I think sometimes people are just quite curious to know what other people buy and pick up. So yeah, I'll try the jackets on, let you see them. If you want to see them, great. If you don't, you can just skip right past that bit. But yeah, that was my little Homesense haul. Okay, so this is the first coat that I picked up. It's a Michael Kors, and I've had Michael Kors coats like this before, and the thing that I just really love about them is that they are super lightweight. Sometimes these kind of heavier puffer jackets can be so heavy, and these ones just aren't. They are super light, so when you're out and about, jumping in and out of the car, in the supermarket, whatever, you just don't even feel like you've got anything on. They're just so lightweight. And then if you have to take them off, squash them in a bag, something like that, they're just so squashable. You can pack them away. Great for travelling, so if you're not quite sure what the weather's going to be like, then you can just stuff these in a suitcase. Or if you're travelling and you know, maybe you're coming home late at night and you're going to need a coat to put on, you can just stuff it in your hand luggage and whip it out at the other end, or when you get home or whatever. So first one is this one, the Michael Kors. It's got a hood as well. So yeah, love it. And the second one that I picked up, again, the Longline Gilet. This is Michael Kors as well, for exactly the same reason, because it is light as a feather. You don't even know that you've got it on. I picked them both up in a large. Now I am probably UK size 12 on top, maybe 12, 14 on the bottom. And I just got a large just because I didn't want them tight and restricting. This one in particular, when I tried it on in the store, I could put my denim jacket on underneath it as well, so I thought that would be quite useful. But yeah, if you've got a thick jumper, and this gilet will also go underneath the coat if you need that extra layer as well. It's got quite a nice kind of detail at the side here. It's got the sort of three poppers there as well, and the zip pockets. So yeah, Michael Kors again. Just never seen anything else that compares to just how light they are and how packable they are, and just how comfortable. You know, you don't even remember that you've got it on. So yeah, Michael Kors strikes again. So this is actually a little time hop back to last week when I pulled together my fireplace, but I just wanted to let you see it. So I started by putting the stems across the top. I'm just laying them flat. These were the stems that I picked up in the range. If you watched previous videos, you might have seen this. So I just laid them flat across the top of the fireplace and just kind of bent them down a little bit so that they cascade a little bit over the sides of the fireplace. I'm then just going to nestle in some additional elements. So I've gone with white candlesticks here, some faux candles, and then I'm just going to nestle in the pumpkins and just have a little play around with it and just see what I think works best. And I also have this footstool in the middle of the room that I like to add a little bit of styling to. So I'm just going to start here by adding a throw across the bottom of it. Kind of pulls in all the colours, a little bit of autumnal warmth with the kind of mocha colour of the footstool itself. And then I'm just going to pop a basket down and add a couple of autumnal elements to it. Nice soft pumpkin, I think that was the one that I picked up in Next, and a faux candle and a little gourd, just to add that seasonal touch as well. Table, my entryway still needs a little bit of an autumn touch added to it, and I thought I could use this as an example because I've had quite a few people say to me, Lynn, I don't know what to buy, I don't know how to style it, and then I might get it right for one season, and then when I change it up for the next season I feel like I'm starting all over again and it's just too much, and I just don't know what to do to pull it all together. So one way that you can do it, and it's certainly what I do in this area of the home, is I've kind of developed a little bit of a pattern for this area that I feel works. And then as the seasons change, I'm not starting from scratch again. I'm sticking with the same pattern, I'm just switching out the elements. And what I mean by that is, in this area, a tall vase works really well because we're in a little corner here. So tall stems work. So when I'm thinking about changing it for the next season, I know that I need to find, if I don't already have, then that's what I'm looking to buy, are tall stems, this kind of height, of the next season. The other thing is that there will always be elements of your table that will have to stay. So what I mean by that is like your lamp, maybe you're going to have a phone on the table, maybe something else that's kind of a non-negotiable. You're not going to be switching those out seasonally and they have to stay, so you need to find a way to kind of work them in. And the other thing that I always do in this little corner, as I've said before, that groups of 3 or 5, odd numbers work well. This is a small table, so we're just going to stick with a group of 3. So I'm going to stick with that same pattern. I know that I'm going to switch out these 2 elements for something that's a bit more autumnal. The other thing that I've got in my kind of pattern for this space, and I'll pan the camera down just in a minute and let you see, is I've got a basket underneath this table, and in it I've got a throw and I've got a cushion or a couple of cushions. These are never used, I never pull it out as a throw, it is literally just for decor. It's just to give you that kind of cosy feel when you walk through the door. So I'm going to be switching this out, not necessarily for something in autumnal colours. I know that I've got a grey kind of knitted cosy pom-pom throw, and I think the pom-poms would work quite well along there. And then I'm going to look for an autumn cushion to go there as well. And the great thing about putting a basket under the table, and it's a great tip for elsewhere in the home where you've maybe got lots of cables. We sometimes have a phone sitting here. I sometimes have my little, what do you call it, the electricity thing sitting here, smart meter, that's what I was trying to think of. I sometimes have my smart meter sitting here, so there's loads of cables under the table, so if you pop a basket under there with a couple of things in it, then it hides all that messiness of the cables. So I've cleaned off my table, I've emptied the basket, and yeah, so now it's just time to start putting it back together again. So what I've got here is just a glass vase that I have filled with some autumn bits. So it's kind of like a sort of potpourri type thing. We've got some little dried pompinos here. They're little kind of peppers, but they look like mini pumpkins. We've got some dried chilies. We've got a couple, I think these leaves came off a garland and the leaves came off, and so I just kind of kept them and I've just slid them down the side of the vase there. But yeah, you can buy these little packs of bits and bobs. You can pick them up in garden centres, and you know, you could put pine cones in here, anything that kind of says autumn. And I've tried to get a height of vase that will work with the glass vase and one other element. So that will be one of my elements, I think. So I'm going to pop that there. And then the other thing that I thought about, but I'm not sure if the height is going to work. So I have one of these little pumpkins. You might remember me using a similar one when I was styling in the main back lounge. I picked these up in America quite a few years ago. But the good thing with that is you can pop a tea light in there. So that's quite nice if you're welcoming people into your home. You might want to include a little candle on the table. Let me see how this works. I'm not quite sure. Yeah, it's not too bad. I'm going to pop the stems in there. So that might work. So you've got the three heights there. The other thing that I could introduce, and I've got two options, are these little kind of signs. These are both seasonal touch, so I'll link them below. You'll be able to still get these on the website, I think. So I've got one that says "Live Thankfully," and one that says "Welcome Autumn." So I'll have a little play around with these and decide how I want them. The other thing that I pulled out was these little mini pumpkins. Again, I got these quite some years ago. I think I bought these in America. They're actually candles. I would never ever burn them. They've got a wick, but I would never burn them. So I've got a bigger one and then two little ones. So I'll have a little play around and see what I think works. And yeah, that's it. We know that the formula is three things. So I know I want to be left with three things. So let me just try and, as I say, play with it and see what I think. Okay, so I think I'm happy with this actually. I switched out the vase with all the kind of autumn bits in it. I might just pop that in the corner of my kitchen somewhere. It would work really well there. But yeah, I quite like the little sign here and the little pumpkin candle with the colour that kind of tones in with the cushion. That kind of pulls together quite well. And then I've got my autumnal stems here. And I'm sort of realising that I think I need a couple more of these. I thought I had more and I've only got three. So I'm going to pop these in just now, but it means that I know that the next time I go out to maybe the garden centre or whatever, then I know that I want to pick up some more autumn stems. But I'll pop these ones in here in the meantime. So hopefully by breaking it down like that into such tiny steps, it's let you see that it needn't be overwhelming. Once you've got your template, your pattern, you're just switching out the elements as one season rolls into the next. And I think that about wraps it up for this week. So hopefully that's given you a bit more inspiration if you are getting your home all cozy and ready for the autumn season. So yeah, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. That really helps me continue to create this kind of content. So please do subscribe and I will see you in the next one.